Welcome back, everybody. Real Estate Uncensored. We've got a special tactical episode for you today. We're going to go super deep into 3 key videos that every realtor must create. These work really, really well on YouTube. You can also use them for other platforms. We'll get into it all with our special guest. Before we bring Jackson in, though, Greg McDaniel is in the co-pilot seat where he so belongs. Greg McDaniel, what's up today?
What up, Johnson? Yo, man, I'm super excited to have Jackson on today. I've been following some of his videos. I've been watching it. Honestly, he puts up so much fucking content. It's hard to take sometimes. But if you take the time and you suck in what he has been putting out there, the YouTube mystery beast will go away and you'll be able to really start honing in and building a lifestyle of freedom because you're not going to have to do the doors, the calls, the shit you see me do on a consistent basis. I'm actually going to sit at Jackson's feet and learn from the master myself today. I have my yellow pad out. I'm ready for notes. So Jackson, welcome, dude. Good to meet you. Glad you're on the show. And I'm ecstatic to hear, bro. What are these 3 videos and just how do they come to be?
Yeah. So first of all, I got to mention the hat you're wearing, the Zillow Killer.
Yeah.
That plays a huge role into everything we're going to talk about today as we, as an industry, sit there and worry about these big names, the Zillows, the Redfins, because the videos that I'm going to teach you how to do and talk about put you so far above the funnel of Zillow and Redfin that these people that call us and reach out, first of all, they just can't even believe they're on the phone with us. So that switches the value. Second of all, they haven't even fucking looked at a 3-bedroom or 2-bathroom house yet. They're trying to figure out what the hell your city's all about, man. Like, right. And that's the one thing. I moved to Portland like 2.5 years ago, and it was tough as hell to figure it out, right? So like, I get to play a lot of these emotions and stories into these videos that helps people, right? So, right. When you do these videos and really tell your life story or talk about the city, it puts you so far ahead in the value funnel that you're not going to really have to compete with anybody. So moving right into that, the first thing everybody wants to know is how much it costs to live there. So yeah, that's a video that wherever, because I'm branching out into other cities and also teaching agents is do the cost of living. And it's super easy nowadays. Like, obviously, we're real estate agents, so we know, what the median home prices are. And what I did in mine and why I had just blew up was I brought in a bunch of heat maps. So you're not just going to talk about Portland, Oregon or Houston, Texas, right? You need to bring up that heat map and go, if you're up in North Houston, so like the Tomball areas, like this is what, the median home price is there. Over on the west side, Katy, Texas, you're going to see, median home prices here. Because you have better schools, it's going to be a little more expensive. If you want to stretch that dollar, you're going to go down south to League City. So like, because I used to live in Houston, so I kind of know that area, right? Mm-hmm. So when you do a cost of living, it's not like just talking about the home prices. If you can really like dissect your city, your area, your suburbs, and show the differences in why people live there, that is what's going to give you a lot of success. And then the number one thing I can teach in all videos is really tell stories. So I literally just brought up my bills. Here's my power bill right now. I got 2 kiddos, 3rd one on the way. Here's the daycare. Daycare here is ridiculous. We'll talk about that in the next video you have to do. But like, I'm open and honest, man. When I moved here, the daycares were packed. I couldn't get my kids into them. They were getting fucking bussed off to like this place for $36 a day. And God. So like, yeah. And you say that, you're like, God. So that's what my viewers, that's what my subscribers like. God. And then I tell them, make sure before you move, you set up daycare number 1. And you wouldn't believe every time. Jackson, thank you so much for your videos. I can't believe how much like you've like saved my life. And I already got my daycare set up. So thank you for that tip. Right. So I did these pain points. So the cost of living needs to just be, hey, dude, the gas down the street's $2.75. Brewskis, they're like $3 a bottle, like all that kind of stuff. But really kind of bringing up the heat maps and showing different areas.
So Jackson, where do you get the heat maps? And that's one of the things that I want to dive into. And I think that I love so much about this style of video is that actually when I watched your video on your channel, and I want you to plug it at the end of this video really quick so they can watch the additional bonus 2 videos they need to make. We only give them 3 here, but the other 2 on your channel. And you talked about different areas, right? And so my girlfriend's buying a new house in San Francisco in Midtown. It's this Midtown neighborhood, right? Terraces. So I started reading up on it and I was fascinated to learn about how this came about. And I'm like, oh my God, if you can just go Google the history of your local neighborhoods and tell the stories, like you said, tell the stories about them. One, you become a smarter real estate agent. You can describe the micro markets of the neighborhoods you're in, and you become relevant to them. I mean, daycare, I would never have thought. I don't have kids. I mean, Matt has 3 obese wood denting little insulin troll babies, but I mean, that's a different story for a different day. You know, Matt, did you ever take into account, you know, daycare, or are they just too big to get in the school bus? I mean, how does that work?
No, we have to have them babysit. Well, I mean, they need the reinforced flooring, so we can't send them to any, you know, like we have to have our architects and structural engineers out to the daycare places before we can approve them. So
looks like a horse corral,
we have
like
a custom built.
down.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I like to. That's what I call the corral. That's what I call a playpen with a rock on top of it. Like the playpen is tipped over upside down. You just put a rock on top of it. Yeah, that's how you do it. You need that. You need them directly on the ground where they're nice and grounded. Yeah.
Great in transition there too, because a lot of people. So I'm finding niche avatars, right? So like these people that call me usually got kids. They, you know, they're a lot like me, which is great because I get to work with people that are just like me. My business partner Jesse, you know, he's my age. He's actually 2 years older. Lived here his whole life, single, lives downtown. He tells his story, the best places to live for young professionals, where he likes to go. And guess what? Those people call him and worship him too. So if you are, you know, a family guy, you talk about those expenses in your stories. If you're single, the young professionals, the moment, whatever, like that's how you really niche down to work with the people that you inevitably want to work with.
So that's a thing that I think you're hitting on there so strongly. And I know you know what you're talking about. I think some people may have let that skim over there right there, but you are literally talking about finding your tribe, not trying to be a jack of all trades every single Tom, Dick, and Harry that's coming through the funnel. Because if you could work with a 75-year-old, but you're 25, that shit ain't gonna fly. Right. I know. I tried it. It fucking like plane into, you know, mountain, no survivors. And, you know, find the people that you're going to live the lifestyle that you're going to live. So you actually have fun with your clients, that they respect you and they actually look at you as someone who is knowledgeable in this industry, not just as an order taker, like some agents are in different brokerages. I mean, that's a distinguishing difference there. Yeah.
And it's something that inevitably happened, right? Cause like, another aspect of this YouTube stuff is like, get rid of the scripts and the teleprompters. Cause it's garbage. It's bullshit. Like you don't trust it. You don't believe it. If you're going to fix like, you know, the carburetor on a 67 Chevy and the guy's reading a script, and you know, you're not going to follow that. But if some dude's like the Charlie Daniels of the torque wrench and he's in there like cranking shit, like you believe that, right? So I literally, dude, I don't script. I just tell stories. Last weekend I was up in Northeast Portland, dude. We hit the street fairs. My kids did this. Jesse's like, man, I was single, you know, or I'm single. Last night we went out to, you know, the Portland Timbers game. We hit Burnside after that. So that's how our videos look so much better than the scripted, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm the best real estate agent you've ever seen in your life. So come with me. It's like, dude, come on. So yeah, you really got to personalize yourself. And so what I mean by that is like, once we started telling our stories and getting into that mode, we found the avatars. We found the niche that we wanted to work with. And those are the people that call us, man, and that's who we're working with.
So let's go back real quick. Where did you get the heat maps? Where did you find those heat maps? I know everyone right now is frankly going, Greg, what the fuck, man? You talk about the heat maps. Where did I get the heat maps?
Dude, this is a super secret, right? So you just go to Google. It's this other search engine that owns YouTube, and there's like 80 billion blogs and heat maps. So when I did a cost of living, this is what you guys can do. Type in the cost of living in your city, and like the first 8 things that pop up are probably going to be like 3 blogs. And there's going to basically Google pops this thing up and brings up your index. And that's what I use for every city. So I click on that. What it does is it equalizes the entire nation at an even 100. And then it ranks your city to that 100. So like San Fran, like you mentioned, is 632 over 100, right? So the national average for home prices is 100. It's like 632 because it's $1.38 million, you know, median home price, right?
It's stupid, dude. It's stupid.
So that's what I talked about. In Portland, we're like 300. And I say, you know, the Portland metro is 300, right? So like it's 452,000. But if you want to, you know, work with like, real quick, if you want to work with like 350 to 400, you know, these are great neighborhoods over here. But I jumped right in, me and my business partner, just like, fuck that. We want to work with people who got money. So like, you know, who's moving here? People from California. And they're like, can I buy anything for 800,000 to $1 million? We're like, yeah. So we started talking about like, you know, the median home price is 450, but for 650,000 in this neighborhood, you're going to get a 5-bedroom, brand new construction, custom house, 9-foot ceilings, granite, and we'll go in it and show the damn thing, dude. And so to those people, that's an incredible, you know, area. So what I did with the heat map is just on Google, literally it pops up and it shows the colors of your metro, of your city, and the median home price or the cost of living per se in those. And so I popped it up and just talked about the certain areas, why they're more expensive. Obviously schools usually is the big driver of why things are more expensive. And so, yeah, man, I just
let me
just go to Google, dude. It's all there.
Let me share my screen, because I think I found, Jackson, what you're talking about. So I'm gonna show the heat map, and literally it's the like the first Google search result. And it basically takes you to, in this case, it's bestplaces.net, right?
Yeah, so I'm a genius because I know all these stats, but I read that exact fucking website like 10 seconds before my video. So you got Sandy Bagels, you got, and you're talking, what's that, Rancho Santa Fe. So you're going to talk about why, why is that? And it. Maybe you were there last weekend and be like, dude, the houses there are incredible. The schools are top notch. Here's an area that, was a little dangerous 5-10 years ago, but it's really starting to gentrify and clean up. And we're starting to see a lot of young professionals move there because they can afford those neighborhoods. And so you're starting to see the downtown scene. There's lots of shops, restaurants, bars. So I really talked about those areas. And then, you can talk about areas that aren't so good. So again, the truth is what?
Yeah. three areas not to walk alone at night.
I did a top 10 worst neighborhoods in Portland, and I was dead ass honest. And I mean, I told you the bums are here. It may clean up in the next, few years, but look, this is where the homeless are. Unfortunately, it's sad. I don't like it, but like, I want to tell you guys, because here's the thing. When you do these YouTube channels, people are researching these areas and like, oh shit, I can buy a house for like $275 over here. Right. What's up with that? Well, I'm like, dude, you're going to have like 7 roommates who don't pay rent, bro. So
it's true.
Yeah, that's and then guess what? Those comments come in like, oh my gosh, I just watched your top 10 worst neighborhoods. Thank you so much. I was wondering why the homes were so cheap there. And I'll be like, yeah, but we do have some areas just inside of that, these little pockets that are really cleaning up. So hey, let's take you on a tour. And they're like, oh my God, thank you.
Dude, I'm on this map right now. This is absolutely fascinating.
I know it's hard to find all this info, right? You just Google it.
Dude, I know it's like so hidden, right?
And so you can just do videos every day about this shit. And here's the thing about it, like I'm not gonna say this is easy and stuff. Like I got a rare talent to like really be on camera and to shoot these videos, and what I figured out what people want to hear and say. But like, dude, we have like 10 plus 12 plus years of blog writing. People are too scared to put their face on camera, and so everybody hid behind written form and just wrote blog after blog. And there's billions and billions and billions of blogs. And guess what? Most people do the same shit I did just 12 years ago. They had to figure out keyword research and perfect titles and headings and what to say to keep readers on their page. So you can really start, researching your city, all these neighborhoods, why people are moving there, tips on moving, and you're going to find these killer blogs that people spend a bunch of time on, and you go in there and you just read them and then make them your own.
Dude, I love it. That's what I do with a lot of my content. I do as well. We're coming close to the end of this video. I know we're going to have you on some future ones, but we have 2 more videos we're going to go over. And then I want you to quickly let them know where they can go get the other 2 bonus videos they need to do on your channel.
Yeah, man. So the pros and cons of living in your city is huge. So again, if you can get back to telling people the truth, that is really when they start believing you and trusting you. So I did 5 pros, 5 cons. And, the cons were like, dude, it's Portland, Oregon. It rains here. So if you are coming from like Arizona, San Francisco, San Diego, like that, and you do not like rain, like don't move here. I'm being honest. But if you love the nature, the trees, the 4 seasons, all that, like that is why, us Northwest people love it here and can't leave it. So I kind of turned the cons into like, that's why we like it,
Right.
Medical, marijuana is legal here, which, for a lot of states is no big deal. But, people moving here, Midwest, wherever, like, hey, dude, weed's legal here. You're going to see pot shops next to every single taco stand in the Portland metro. So
that's right.
But at the same time, like
on both sides by donuts and cookie
literally,
places.
dude. So it's something you'll get used to, like all these green plus signs everywhere, And but at the same time, once you're in a state like that or a city, like it just, you don't even really realize it anymore.
No, you don't notice it.
You don't, and people aren't smoking it everywhere. They got to be
at least until they start opening like Doritos places that look like the Apple Store. Like that. That's when you'll know things have gone off a rail. Okay, so we've got two more videos. We won't be able to cover them in this episode, but Jackson, just give us a preview of what a couple of other of those must-do videos, and then people can check out the video on your channel. Yeah, man. So one more was just top 5 neighborhoods. And again, I went to Google, and here's another website, Niche, Niche. They go through and they rank suburbs and cities for you by schools, crime, employment rates, all that shit.
So I did a top 5 cities, but we vlogged that one. You got to see it. We actually went into every one of those cities, vlogged it, walked the streets, showed you the houses, the type of living. So really cover all around your area. And then, you know, another one, which is funny, we'll get into, is the top 6 tips when moving to your city. And it's literally 6 call to actions to get a hold of us, and we'll make your life easy. We did that, and it was like ring, 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 just phone blowing up. So all we did was talk about how easy we make it with 6 easy tips, and then phone ring.
Dude,
awesome.
I'm just went on to niche.com. I typed in my zip code. What the fuck, dude? 59% of the people here rent, 41% of them own. I mean, I did not see that one coming.
Yep.
I mean, talk about opportunity galore. So, dude, I'm glad I was able to sit at your feet on this one video. I cannot wait to get you back on another one. I mean, just bestplaces.net and niche.com, NICHE, guys, those are game changers. I mean, for your video and your content. Don't be boring like Matt, okay? Be more entertaining like Jackson.
Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
On that real quick before you hang up, like you do not have to be, I'm a pretty energetic guy and I love video, but if you're not, don't like, this is a search engine, dude. People are going there for answers, and they will binge watch your content as long as you're giving them the information. Yeah, you don't have to, it does not have to be high production, dude. I mean, my first videos, my top ones were my cell phone turned around. And I did some pretty okay editing and those heat maps and stuff, but that's a cell phone, man.
Dude, that's awesome. iPhone 11. I'm going to get one tomorrow. Cannot wait. I really am.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, pick a color for the bow.
Let's do lime green.
Love lime green. Lime green's my favorite color. I'm glad you picked it. I was going to pick it if you didn't pick it. So our brains are working in sync together. No, it wasn't. I had no idea you were going to pick that. Anyways, Jackson, you're a legend, you're a myth, the man. Thank you. The YouTube God has been, come on and spoken to us this during this show. Go follow him. And your show is what, the YouTube Agent, correct?
Yeah. So living in Portland, Oregon, living in Seattle, Washington are 2 real estate channels. And then the YouTube Agents is about 100 videos literally teaching you exactly how to do this. So you can go to the YouTube Agents, YouTubeagents.com. We're everywhere, man.
That is awesome. I have binge watched on. I highly suggest you guys do it as well. But until next time, peace out, ninjas. Wake on.